Brilliant. Thank you. And so let's just take a moment just to sort of arrive and just be here. Just notice, just be aware of what's going on for us. Just noticing the breath. And you may like just to set that meditation space around us just by lifting our hands just about a foot above the head. And just bringing your arms down, creating that sacred space, that meditation space. Just noticing how it may fall or flow around us. Just creating the space with no judgment and clarity. A place of just finding the joy and just noticing. And you might just notice the breath at the tip of the nose. Just noticing how the breath just enters through the nose and fills the whole body. Filling the lungs, filling the diaphragm, feeling the chest expand, perhaps the diaphragm expand or belly expand. Bringing those nutrients in with the breath. As we breathe out, just returning everything to earth that's no longer useful to us, all that carbon dioxide, all the waste, just allowing it to flow just to the air and to the earth. And just being curious about that full body breath, just feeling the breath go all the way down to your feet, your toes, to wherever we're just connected today to the earth. Maybe lying down or sitting down or even standing. I'm just inviting you to notice those roots that may just come from that connection to the soil, to the earth, wherever it is for you today. Just sending those roots down further and further, deeper and deeper. Just down deeper into the earth. Just carefully and gently through any building and the soil or the ground. Just finding its way through the soil and the shale all the way down to the bedrock. And just finding the way deeper and deeper to the core, to the center of the earth. And just noticing what you notice is just enliven this connection with the Mother Earth today. Any colors, any feelings, any sensations just in this safe place. Just inviting you to notice how we're just bringing the air in with all that oxygen and those nutrients. That energy, that goodness can flow through us and around us. And as we breathe out, we can now also just return everything that's no longer useful or needed or wanted. Just returning it to earth through those roots, through the air. And with that full body breath now, just inviting you to become aware of that connection from the top of our head, our crown chakra, our energy center, just lifting that connection all the way beyond the moon and the stars, that place of the source potential. A place of the life energy and the life force. And if it's okay to do so, just allowing that connection to occur. And just noting now how that energy may just flow within us or around us and through us all the way to the earth. And from the earth all the way to that source potential. And just taking a moment just to notice our place in that world. Just making any adjustments, maybe large or slight, just to allow that energy to flow. And just inviting you to provide that permission for the energy to flow. And when you're ready, just checking with that intention to connect with the wisdom of the harvest. That wisdom of the harvest that allows all the provisions we need in life to be harvested and fulfilled, providing surplus when necessary. And just inviting you with the mind's eye or physically just open that space for a portal, a door, just within our meditation zone, just to journey on to our place of that connection with the wisdom of the harvest. And perhaps with the mind's eye or physically just creating that portal within our meditation space today. And just inviting you to approach. Just notice how that portal is, maybe a door or a window. May even just be energy. We're just preparing for our journey here today. And when you're ready, just inviting you to step through or move through that portal and finding ourselves in a place of nature. Maybe the place of harvest. Just taking a moment just to notice what you notice. Feel what you feel. As you just gently explore this place in nature, maybe the place of harvest. You may just notice a guide. Maybe just a representation of a guide. As you approach that guide, just confirming with them, are you here, my guide, here today to help me connect with that wisdom of the wonderful harvest? And just asking 3 times just to confirm. You hear my guide. You're the guide to help me connect with that wisdom of the harvest. And once the guide is confirmed and it's okay to do so, just traveling with the guide through that place of nature, perhaps the place of harvest, all the harvests. You may find yourself walking down a path in a forest or in the mountains, in the woods. Maybe a harvest from the sea or the sky. But just curious as you go deeper and deeper into that place of wisdom. Just noting any colors, any sensations. Just as the path starts to widen, or maybe narrow, but coming to a space. You may just notice in that space a warmth from a fire, and that wisdom of the harvest, or just connecting. And as the guide brings us to that place, just confirming, are you here the wisdom of that wonderful harvest? Are you hear the wisdom of that wonderful and successful harvest? I'm just confirming for the 3rd time. This is the wisdom of the harvest. And just asking gently, may I connect with you here today, that wisdom of all the harvests. And when it's okay to do so, just taking your place around the fire of wisdom. And just with curiosity and gentleness, just inquiring, what do you mean for me here today, that wisdom of the harvest? Who are you to me? And just thanking that wisdom of the harvest, just for that sharing. And perhaps just inquiring gently, what may I harvest here this time, this year, this place? What may I harvest that brings me all that brings ease and peace? And perhaps also just asking, what may I harvest that I can return to earth? Just create that nourishment for whatever's next in the cycle. That's no longer useful or warranted. And again, just with gentleness and curiosity and sensitivity, just inquiring of the wisdom. How may I best prepare for these harvests? And just thanking the wisdom for the gift of wisdom. Just gently inquiring, how may I store the bounty of the harvest so that I may access it whenever I need, whenever I desire. And just with wonder, just gently wondering what may be changed or stay the same to allow that preparation and that access to the bounty. Just that wonderful harvests. And just gently inquiring that wisdom of the harvest, how to plan for that future harvest for next year or any year or any month. What may we plant, nourish, that brings benefits, usefulness, resources into my life, to our lives, those around me. And what may I need to plant to let go of? I'm just inviting you to thank that wisdom of the harvest for all their wisdom and thoughts, suggestions. And in that space, just being aware of what's maybe just what's useful. And if there's a gift that brings everything that just may be useful, you may like to, with a mind's eye or just physically, just reach out and bring that into wherever it feels the most appropriate place. And just allowing that gift or the essence of wisdom from the harvest just to assimilate and integrate every part of us, every cell, every muscle, every neuron, through our bones and through our skin, just in us and around us, just assimilating those gifts of wisdom. You might like just to make any adjustments in how we are standing or sitting or lying, just to feel that wisdom flow us and integrate through us and around us. And in that place of those gifts, just inviting you to complete these sentences. In this place, I am. In this place, I can. In this place, I feel. And in this place, I now have. I'm just providing a minute just for those wisdoms just to resonate as they integrate. And just noting what you notice as they continue that integration, that assimilation. I'm just inviting you to thank that wisdom of the harvest, just for sharing here today. Perhaps go around all the members around the fire of that wisdom, all the parts, all the different parts that brings that collective wisdom. Taking a moment to thank each and every one. and the whole. When it's okay to do so, just perhaps gently inquiring of that collective wisdom of the harvest. What may I do for you? What may I do that brings peace and ease for the harvest, for that wisdom of the harvest? How may I be for that wisdom that's useful for the wisdom? I'm just inviting you to take a moment just to listen with every channel, with every sense, with every energy. And thanking that wisdom of the harvest for their input, and just taking a moment to make any commitments. Maybe just one or just two commitments to make. How I may serve that wisdom of the harvest. And when it's okay to do so, just thanking that wisdom for sharing, connecting here today. And when you're ready, just moving on, perhaps just coming out of that circle around the fire, just coming back into that place of connection, and just noting the guide. Just thanking the guide for bringing us here today, as they guide us back to that place in nature of the harvest. And just noticing where you notice, maybe through the woods or the mountains, a place of connection with the sea and the air. Just perhaps being aware of the same or a different route back to that place of harvest. And just noticing. Just as we arrive back in that place of nature. And thanking the guide for their diligence and all their efforts today in guiding us safely to that place. And if there's a gift that you may give that guide, what might that be? And just thanking them as we make our way back to that portal, back to our meditation zone, our meditation space. And when you're ready, perhaps just leaving everything that's no longer useful just out the door. As we just come back into our meditation space today, and with the mind's eye or physically, just reaching out just to close that portal, to bring that meditation space to the whole. Just noticing that connection to the earth and to the source potential. And just inviting you to bring that connection to the source, just back to the normal, to the everyday. Just bring that connection back to our crown energy center. Just as we be with the breath. And just inviting you to bring that connection to the earth, just back to the everyday. Bring those roots back to our feet, to our legs, to our core, however we're connected to the earth, just bringing those connections back to the everyday. And just invite you now to notice that full body breath. And just noticing what you notice as that breath just flows around us and within us. Being that wonderful gift of air. And when you're ready, just closing that meditation space by just lifting your hands just to about a foot above the head. Just closing that space by bringing it with one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Just feeling any balancing or all the harmonization from our connection here today. Just feeling that integrate and balance. And when you're ready, just opening your eyes, just noticing what might be around us here today.